Okay, so this is where we left off from yesterday, and all we can do right now is move around in the world, collide against map objects, go into a different map if it is complete, and now we have this first cave done. Now, I know you're thinking, well, it's just one cave and Zelda is such a large game, but now we have all the mechanisms in place, the flames, the old man, and eventually the merchant, the old woman. And then what we're going to do today is if you can, it's going to allow you to pick up items, okay? And so this is going to help us when we go to purchase bombs or hearts or whatever, okay? And so basically we're building out features that are going to be prevalent throughout the game, even though it just, right now, it applies to this one little cave. So keep that in mind. Don't think that we're doing it so piecemeal that it's going to be just this cave and then to do like the merchant is going to be like a whole other production, when in fact it's just going to be some small little tweaks here and there to get the merchant cave running and the old woman who gives advice or hearts or whatever. And so let's go ahead and start from here. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that we can pick up this sword, okay, and then add it to our inventory. And so picking up the sword is quite easy. All right, so let's go ahead and start near the start. Well, actually, a lot of our code is going to be dependent on that switch statement, okay? So we'll come back to this. And so for right now, all we need is, where is draw link? Okay, right here, okay? So inside of draw link, we're going to have an animation, okay? So if we pick up an item, it should turn, Link should turn to look at you and hold up the item, okay? And so we're gonna define that with an animation. Let's make sure we have it up here. I think I added it in the last video, but let's just see. Yep. So play pickup item animation. So that's exactly what we want. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create an if-else statement. So if play pickup item animation and something happens, and then we're going to do an else statement. Now watch this very carefully. So what we're going to do is we're going to start our else, and then basically everything on the inside of that was there all the way down to the bottom, okay, is going to get shifted over. So this is going to be part of the else. So if we're not playing the pickup, because we don't want him, the Link, to be able to move while he is playing this pickup item animation. So we want to disable all movement. So if this animation is playing, he is not moving. Okay, and so at the end of this, since we put all that in the else statement, we need to close that else statement, and that's what we're doing here. So you should have 4 closing curly braces at the bottom of draw link. Okay, and so let's go ahead and put what we're going to put inside of this pickup animation. And so so here we have pickup animation, play pickup animation. And what we're going to do here is we're going to say if animation counter is less than 150, what we're going to do is we're just going to draw his image, okay, of him looking back at the camera. And so we're going to draw from the Link 1 assets, and we're going to draw starting at 1 and 150. It is a 16 by 16 image that we're lifting from that Link 1 sprite sheet. And we're going to draw it at Link X and Link Y, and it is still 16 by 16. Okay, and so that's the if statement there. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to do this else. So what happens if animation counter is not less than 150. It has gone over 150, meaning that it has played out the animation. So all we want to do here is take this and set it to false. So it no longer plays, and Link can go about movement. Okay? And so the last part of this animation is actually the item. So he's showing that he's picking up an item, but what item is it? And so we're going to come back up to line 136, but right now we're going to go down here and take this switch statement. So I'm just going to copy this. We already have it all out. And so basically switch all the way down to its closing curly brace and copy. All right, and so here we're just going to go inside of draw link, which is at the top. And so after this else statement, you're going to paste that in. So we have if animation counter, else, and then we have this switch statement. Now this switch statement is not going to be based on a game object because Link is not a game object. It's going to be based on a property that we have already given him, and it is last pickup item. Okay, so this is one of Link's properties. And so down at the bottom, we just need to change this up slightly. Okay, so all this is the same. We're still drawing the same sword, but what we're going to do now is we're going to say Link X -2 to kind of center the sword on Link. Link Y -14. Okay, and so now this is going to draw this sword above Link's right arm or whatever. And so that is pretty much it for that. And so now what we want to do is we want to actually collide with that sword because we have not done that yet. And so to collide with that sword, I'm going to take that same switch statement. In fact, I'm going to take this whole if statement. And that should be it. Okay, so this is drawing the game object. Now we still have object collision that we need to deal with. Okay, so inside of game object collision, we already have collision for a portal. And so now I want collision for, okay, I need to fix that. That's going to drive me crazy. Now we want to do this collision for our pickup items. Okay. So this was just copied from the draw game items that we've already done. And so now all we need to do is change the body of this this case right here. So this case, we're going to say last pickup item is going to be equal to 14. Okay. We're going to say sword equipped. Maybe I have not added that. So sword equipped is equal to 1. And so this is going to tell us which one he collided with. And then what we're going to do is after that switch, we're going to do, so this is all based on objects, and I've made this mistake before by copying and pasting. So this should be objects right here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we want to get rid of this item after Link has, after Link has picked it up. We want to get rid of it, and that's what this does. It's going to say objects.splice, and we're going to remove an item starting at our index that we're currently at, so the item that we're currently at, and we're going to remove one item starting at this position. Okay, and so that's it. And so let's go ahead and see if this works. Go ahead and run the game and inspect. Get no errors. Okay, so probably getting errors now. All right, so no errors there. So something is wrong, and it's not playing the pickup animation. All right, so game object collision. So there should be a variable here that we're not putting. So this is pickup item animation. I'm sorry, it should be play pickup item animation. And we're going to set it equal to true here. Okay. So we just missed this one little thing. We're still in game object collisions. And so if we pick this item up, we want to play this pickup item animation. Okay. And so let's go ahead and run that. Okay, so that looks great. So what we would like to do in our next video is we would like to add some sounds, all right? So there's quite a few sounds that we could add. The main sounds that I see with this cave is the text. Every time we print a new character to the screen, there should be a sound associated with that. There's also a sound associated with picking up an important item, and there's a special sound that plays there. And potentially we will add it to the HUD up here. We'll add in the HUD and make sure that our sword is shown. So we're going to try to do that all in the next video, but at least we'll add the sounds, and from there, once we have the sounds added, it's going to start to feel a little bit more complete. I hope I see you in the next video. I know this was a short video, but this sets us up for the next video quite well. So thanks, and I'll see you later.